Teachers defied an order by the employer to report back to work on Monday. Instead, teachers gathered at their union branches before taking to the streets to demand for their pay rise. In Nairobi, the strike demonstration was kicked off by the Kenya National Union of Teachers Secretary General Wilson Sossion, waving placards criticizing the Salaries and Remuneration Commission Chairperson Sarah Serem and Education Cabinet Secretary Jacob Kaimeni. Teachers vowed to go on with the strike until government pays a 50 to 60% salary increment. Now, Teacher Service Commission Chairperson Lydia Nzomo had given the striking teachers until Monday 8 a.m. to return to work or risk a disciplinary action, including termination of employment. TSC reiterated the same on Monday evening.
Teachers who participate in an unprotected strike cannot claim the protection of employment laws when the employer commences disciplinary action, including dismissal from the teaching service.
The Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers and NAT officials say that TSC has no moral authority to order teachers back to class since it defied the Supreme Court ruling awarding the teachers a pay rise. Sossion and his Kuppet counterpart Akelo Misori maintain the strike will continue until the government gives teachers the pay hike. The Law Society of Kenya has now thrown its weight behind striking teachers, saying that government needs to pay teachers the pay hike.
Once there's a decision, especially from the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court, that decision must be followed until and unless it has been set aside. Acting otherwise would be contemptuous of the court process and the entire justice system.
We have got so much confidence that the government has the capacity, has the ability to pay, and there is nothing which is holding their hand in doing so. What they are doing is basically to stretch the teachers beyond limits, thinking that this time round the teachers will break and will stream back to work. This one is not going to work.
Public schools remain deserted as the teachers' strike over pay rise enters the second week. At State House Primary School in Nairobi, many of the classrooms are locked and there is seemingly no activity taking place. But a few pupils in school uniform are within the school premises. The are Class 8 students who have come to learn and revise on their own. They realized that teachers might not be coming to their rescue anytime soon. The candidates have now resorted to teaching themselves. Since the ongoing teacher strike kicked off, parents have been reluctant to send their children back to school. Instead, parents have now decided to send their children to the public libraries to keep up with their counterparts in private schools. The majority of students studying at the government library are high school students, especially those who will be sitting for their final national exams this year.
I've been coming here for the past 2 weeks because I need to study. We study in a group. And my message to the teachers is they should stop the strike because it's really affecting us as Form 4s. We have a few days to our KCSE and we need to study for our exams. So I wish for the teachers to stop the strike. Yeah.
Now, teachers, together with the union officials, will on Thursday this week face off their employer over the ongoing strike at the Employment and Labour Relations Court. The ongoing teachers' strike has entered the second week and teachers remain unmoved by the employer's threat, saying that they will only go back to school once the Teachers Service Commission gives them the 50 to 60% pay up that was awarded to them by the Employment and Labour Relations Court. The ongoing tussle between teachers and government continues to affect students, mostly candidates who will be sitting for this year's national examinations. Brenda Czeda at State House Primary School in Nairobi.